Today I'm going to teach you a very important and requested lesson, which is how to create plurals in Arabic. Plurals are pretty difficult. There are a lot of irregular plurals, masculine and feminine plurals. I'm going to teach you everything in detail. I'm going to give you more than 10 or 12 categories to follow, and I'm going to give you an infinite number of examples. So after this video, or after this lesson, you will know everything about how to transform from singular to plural in Arabic. Before we start with the lesson, I want you to make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and make sure to turn on the notifications, and make sure to follow me on Instagram because you have a lot of Arabic quizzes, a lot of Arabic content, recipes and vlogs from my Arab life in Italy. Make sure to follow me there, and let's get started. The sixth category is, it's a little bit difficult, fu'ala. So you have to add an at the ending. Fu'ala. You have to add three things. The vowel u, the letter alif as third to last letter, fu'ala, and then the last letter and hamza, fu'ala. For example, kurama. Kurama. Kurama, it's the plural of the word karim. Karim means a generous person. Kurama are the generous people. Kurama, bukhala, bukhala. Bukhala is a plural of bakhil. It's also an adjective. It means somebody who's tight or stingy, or somebody who cares a lot about money and he doesn't spend it. That's bakhil. The plural is bukhala. It falls under this category. So these are like opposites. Kurama, generous people, and bukhala, stingy people. The seventh category is af'ila. So it falls under this rhythm or this pattern, af'ila. For example, at'ima, which means foods or dishes or recipes, foods. At'ima, at'ima. The second example is arghifa. It comes from raghif, which means a loaf, usually a loaf of bread. Raghif, it becomes arghifa. By the way, this category has something in particular, that it ends with this letter, which is the ta marbuta, which is the symbol of a singular feminine word. Don't worry at all, it doesn't have anything to do with the singular feminine word. It's a plural, it's even an irregular plural of a masculine or a noun. So don't worry about the symbol ta marbuta, okay? At'ima, foods, and arghifa are the examples of this pattern. Pattern 8 is af'ul. It's a little bit difficult. It falls under this af'ul. So I have to add an alif at the beginning and then change the u towards the ending, the sound. For example, ayn, which means eye. If I want to say a lot of eyes, I say a'yun. By the way, the word ayn, it has also a functionality in the regular normal plural. So you can simply say uyun, and or like in the most of times we would find it as a'yun. A'yun. Ayn. I know that ayun is easier to say, but the problem with the word ayn is that originally it's not a masculine word, it's a feminine word, for a rule that I told you about. The double body parts are always considered to be feminine. But anyways, forget about it now. I don't want to help you commit suicide today. It's not it's not your time yet. So imagine the word ayn, normal, masculine, singular. I want to transform it into the plural. I can easily use the normal plural, which is adding the un, uyun, eyes, or it also falls under the irregular broken plural, this category, a'yun. A'yun, difficult to pronounce, you have to try to work on your ayn. A'yun, it means eyes. Another one that is exactly like ayn, eye, it's the word rijl, which means leg. The plural is arjul, arjul. Arjul, a lot of legs. Arjul, not rajulun. Rijl becomes arjul. Why is it similar to ayn? Because of the thing that I told you before. Because originally it's a feminine singular and not a masculine singular, but forget about it. And the plural of the word leg, rijl, is arjul, just like ayn, eye, a'yun. These are the examples for this category. The ninth category, it falls under the pattern fi'al. So just using the three letters and changing the vowels into i'a, fi'al. One example, for example, is the example qitat. Qitat means cats. It's the plural of the word qit. Qit becomes qitat, i'a, qitat, qitat. And another example in this category is the plural of the word قطعة, which means a piece or bite. It becomes قطع. So again, the same thing, I-A, and then just 3 letters. قطع, pieces. Pattern 10 is, it falls under the pattern فعلة, adding the alif maksura at the ending. Adding this alif maksura at the ending, you only pronounce the sound A. I told you already this. So it's just a long A, فعلة. So for example, the plural of the word أسير, which means a prisoner, is أسرى, أسرى, أسرى. By the way, you've heard a lot about the Al-Asra al-Falastiniyin, the Palestinian Asra. They have many of the Asra, Palestinian Asra are prisoners without trial. So you've heard, you must have heard in the news, or you've seen if you're watching Arab news or Palestinian news, you must have heard about this word Asra. Maybe you didn't know that it's the plural of the word Asir, which means a prisoner. Okay, Asra, and it falls under this irregular broken plural. Category 10, which is fa'ala and asra. Okay, the second example is the word jarih, which means somebody who is hurt, wounded, jarih, and the plural is jarha. Again, it falls under this pattern fa'ala, adding this alif at the ending, just like asir, asra, prisoners, jarih, jarha, wounded or injured or hurt. Okay. You've probably also heard about the word jarha in the news. We have a lot of Palestinian jarha on a daily basis, unfortunately. The last pattern of irregular plural that I'm going to teach you is pattern 11 or 12, and it's fi'ala. The rhythm or the pattern is fi'ala. Of course, you change the vowel, the letters of F-A-L with the letters of the noun itself that you have. For example, dub, which means a bear or a teddy bear, dub, it becomes dibaba, dibaba. Or maybe dabdub becomes dibaba. Anyways, the plural of bears or teddy bears is dibaba. So it falls under this rhythm of fi'ala. With ta marbut at the ending, again, it doesn't have anything to do with feminine gender for now. It's a plural, it's an irregular plural pattern. Broken plural, by the way. Jama' taksir, dibaba. Dibaba is bears. Another one, also from the animal world, is qird. Qird means a monkey. And the plural of qird is qirada. Qirada. By the way, the word qird can be also given the normal, regular plural, qurud. But I rarely have heard of qurud. And I bet it's not regular in the Fusha Arabic, like the real Arabic standard language. So the word qird mostly unuse it. Now you know it, now you learned it. Qirada, it falls under the 11th pattern, fi'ala, which is qirada. What do you think? Do you think you can now understand where to put the majority of the nouns, the irregular nouns, by the way? So let's rethink about the Arabic nouns as this way. They are divided into 2 categories, masculine nouns and feminine nouns. Concentrating on the masculine nouns, if I want to transform any noun into the plural, I have 2 options. Either it falls under the rule, which is adding only un, like muhandis, muhandisun, muhami, muhamiyun, muhasib, muhasibun, muallim, muallimun, mudarris, mudarrisun, and etc. Or we are unfortunate and we have to find the irregular plural of it, because 90% of our nouns, again, they fall under the irregular plural. We're talking about masculine again, plural. So I unfortunately have to learn each noun and its irregular plural. But after this lesson, I know that it's not that difficult and I don't have to go and look in all the vocabulary and look for each noun and its irregular plural and I have to memorize it. No. You learn by heart only the 12 categories and you train your mind into remembering under which category does this word fall. And slowly, you will start building a lot of group of words. So you learn group of words or family words and not each word and its plural. Okay, so work on these 12 categories that I gave you. These are the majority of categories. There might be one extra that I didn't give you because only 10 words and all of our alphabet, in our vocabulary falls under it. So these 12 are your base like, this is your Bible when it comes to plurals. If you memorize these and work on these and try to get another word and see if it fits in under one, it will fit for sure under one of these 12 categories, then you will train yourself and you will improve and you will learn each word and its plural, even if it's an irregular plural. Now, let's go to the feminine plural. It's the easiest part of the lesson. I hope it's not too long. If it's too long, I'm gonna make I'm gonna divide the lesson into two parts. But let's continue for now. The feminine plural. Fortunately, we females are very good. We don't give hard time. Why? Because the majority, like 99% of all nouns, feminine nouns in Arabic have a normal, regular plural. Yoo-hoo! Shatra, shatrat. So, feminine plural. Let's imagine we take a feminine word, the word that I gave you before, zawja, or let me give you the word mudarrisa, which means me. I'm your mudarrisa, teacher. Mudarrisa, as you can see, it ends with this ta marbuta, that's the symbol of feminine nouns, or the symbol of feminine in general, not only nouns. The ta marbuta, I'm not going to teach it now because it's too long and I taught it already, and I'm giving you here a link so you can go and check the feminine gender. So this word mudarrisa means a teacher. I want to say a lot of teachers. Forget about broken plurals, forget about un or whatever we said until now. Now it's a new lesson. It's a new category. It's creating feminine plural. How do we create feminine plurals out of feminine nouns? It's very simple. The rule, which happens 99% of times, is adding these two letters. The letters at. The sound is at. The letters are these. At. Add at to any feminine word, noun. 99% of times you are correct and you get the plural in the feminine. Let's imagine the word mudarrisa, teacher. I want to say a lot of mudarris, a lot of teachers. I was about to tell you the plural. What do I do? How do I add at to a word that looks like this? I have a problem. So, as I told you, feminine plural is very, very easy because it's all regular. It all falls, all, when I say all, 99% of times, under the rule of adding these two at. But we have still one problem to focus on or to face before we transform into the plural is this ta marbuta at the ending. The ta marbuta at the ending is a letter that only exists at the ending of words. So if I want to add two more letters, how do I add them? I don't know. I don't have an idea of how to create a ta marbuta in the middle of words. It only appears at the ending of words. What happens? So whenever I have a plural, a word, a noun, that I want, a feminine noun, that I want to transform it into the plural, and it contains ta marbuta, this ta marbuta, it gets deleted. It goes away, and then I add my rule, which is at, and then I get the whole word, which becomes mudarrisat. So mudarrisa becomes mudarrisat. By the way, this ta marbuta that got deleted, it usually, like, there's not a rule, but a myth that says that this ta marbuta that we delete is actually the ta that is open at the ending of the at. So it's the ta marbuta is itself the t that we add with the rule at. It's not a myth, it's the truth. But anyways, I don't want you to think about it this way. It's just that whenever I have a word that contains ta marbuta and I want to make it into the plural, this ta marbuta gets deleted. Just delete it totally. Mudarrisa becomes mudarris, and then you add at and it becomes mudarrisat. Mudarrisat means teachers, female teachers. Mudarris means one teacher, and a lot of teachers becomes mudarrisun. That's the masculine plural. You are lucky because it's regular. Mudarris, mudarrisun, but mudarrisa, female teacher, becomes mudarrisat. Okay? 90% of all Arabic words follow this rule. You just remove the ta marbuta because the majority of Arabic feminine words, they have the ta marbuta. So you remove the ta marbuta, you add at, and you get your plural. Very, very easy. Let me give you more examples. Zawja, wife. Zawjat, wives. Sayyara, car. Sayyarat, cars. Balda, baldat. A lot of adjectives. Jamila, jamilat. Saida, saidat. جديدة جديدات، طويلة طويلات، قصيرة قصيرات. Almost 90% of Arabic words that contain ta marbuta that are feminine, in order to transform them into the plural, you just remove the ta marbuta and add at. So that's the rule. Some exceptions are like, I'll give you just 5 exceptions in all the Arabic feminine words, so you see to yourselves, and I prove to you that it's very easy and most of them follow the rule. The exceptions are words like the word bint, which means girl. The plural is banat, banat. Girls is banat. Again, this is irregular because it doesn't have ta marbuta and we don't remove anything, we just add at. But actually, even though it's irregular, it follows the rule eventually, because there's an at the ending of the word banat, which is the symbol of the feminine plural, right? Another one is the word ukht, sister. It becomes akhawat. These are just 5 exceptions, guys, so don't kill yourselves. Memorize them. Ukht, sister. Akhawat, sisters. Still sounds a lot like the rule. It ends with at, just adding the waw because it's an exception. Also. Mother. It doesn't end with ta marbuta, by the way. You see, it's still feminine, because not necessarily all feminine words end with ta marbuta. This I taught you already in this lesson. So means mom. A lot of moms, we don't say ummat, we say ummahat. Ummahat. Ummahat, it follows the rule. It doesn't follow the rule, but it sounds like the rule because it ends with at, and it's an exception because we add this ha. So I told you 5 exceptions. We did 3 so far. The 4th one is the word imra'a. Imra'a means a woman. The plural for the word imra'a, by the way, doesn't even sound like the regular. All of these 4 irregulars, they sounded like the regular because they all ended with at anyways, even though they were irregular. But the word imra'a, which means a woman, it has a totally different plural. It's the word nisa. Nisa means women, and it's the plural of the word imra'a. You don't say imra'at, you don't say imra'awat, imra'ahat. No. Imra'a, woman, becomes nisa, women. Okay? So these are only 4 exceptions in all the Arabic feminine words or nouns, plural. So you see, that's why I kept the feminine plural towards the ending of this lesson, to show you that it's very, very easy and much easier and regular than all the irregular broken rules. I'm going to leave you below some nouns that I want you to try to create into the plural after learning this lesson. If you have more categories that you heard of or some kind of doubts, please leave them in a comment below. If you like this lesson, leave a comment below, because I really read all of your comments and I learn from them and improve all the time from them and learn what you like more, so I can please you more with the lessons made, like especially for you, for your needs. So I like to read your comments, so make sure please to leave a comment if you like this lesson. Share it with your friends because it's a very important lesson. I know that many of my lessons are broadcasted in universities and colleges, so it's an honor and a blessing for me, and I hope this continues. And this lesson is very, very well taught. It's a little bit long, but it's very well taught, so I hope also this gets picked to teach everything students need to know about plurals. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at MAHA. I'm giving you a lot of quizzes, daily quizzes, and a lot of Arab related content, so make sure to follow me there, and like my Facebook page, Learn Arabic with Maha, one word. Make sure to subscribe this channel if you like this content, and turn on the notifications, and I'm going to see you in the following Arabic lesson with me, Maha. مع السلامة.